Alrighty, this is going to be a good one today. So, as of this recording, I have graduated from high school and I've graduated from college, all in the same week. Yay! I'd love to show the diploma, but the diploma is still being figured out so I can go and pick it up, and my actual degree from college is not even here yet. They're supposed to mail that in to me in like another month or so, but we'll see. And since I finished high school and college at the same time, I wanted to give my review, I guess, on the program that I was in that allowed me to be in college and in high school at the same time. It's called the Running Start Program. Why is it called the Running Start Program? Well, because it allows you to get ahead of your peers and to prepare you for things like for your colleges. And it allows you to get familiar with the college experience, get familiar with how they homework, because they essentially just send you off to a local college. And one might say it gives you a running start. Now, what is the Running Start actually? The Running Start program is a government-funded program that allows students that are in the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th grade. It allows students that are in the 11th and the 12th grade to attend a local community college that is in the district bounds and allows them to do college, not college in the high school, but allows them to become college students while they are in high school. And it essentially allows them to take the classes there, enroll, and do pretty much what college students would be doing over there. Now, I am aware that some of them are interesting and some of them are more boring, but in the United States, there are different forms, because as it is a state-by-state kind of program, so some states have different forms of the Running Start program, where it allows them to take some college classes outside, some of them not. And there was some in Oregon, Hawaii, Nebraska, and I believe Illinois. But I'm not going to be going into those, because I'm not familiar with those. I'm going to be talking about specifically the Washington State Running Start program, which includes the 34 community colleges here, and it also includes some major universities here, like the Eastern Washington or Central Washington. So, if you're a student who's going into high school near there, and if you're eligible to, you can go to Central and go there for 2 years and then finish up and then just stay enrolled there for the next 2 years and then you're good to go. The way the Running Start program is, at least for the state of Washington, it is considered both a dual credit system but also a dual enrollment. What does that mean? Well, they should already be up on the screen for you. I hope so, because it's like it should be like showing this here already. Now, when you're doing the Running Start program, it's important to consider what you are considered when you're enrolled in this program. Because are you a high schooler? Are you a college student? You're actually both. Because while you are going to be doing college classes, you are considered a college student. That's what it means. But you're also still technically considered a high school class. But you were also still technically considered a high school student, because you're still part of the school. And depending on how you choose to take classes, you have to take a certain amount of college classes and a certain amount of high school classes. And depending on the balance you take, you can either be a full-time college student or you could be a part-time college student. And that'll depend on how many classes you're going to take at your high school and how many you're not. Wait, I need to... So now, it may be interesting to know that because you're doing this whole Running Start program, it's important to ask why. Why are you deciding to take college level classes earlier, 2 years earlier, than most of your peers? Why would you do that? Why would you? Why did I? Why did I take those Why did I take these classes? Like, for the last 2 years, I've just been like doing stuff online, and I've been like getting graded. I've been doing exams. Why did I do this 2 years early? Why did I do this 2 years early? And when I did do that, I was able to do the dual credit thing, which allowed me to satisfy both credits for my high school diploma, but I also got college credits towards my degree. And what did I do? I tried to do a 2-year degree, which I can transfer over to the university I want to do. Now, this may bring up the question: where did I actually go, and what have I been doing for the last 2 years? Oh my goodness, that water's kicking in. So you may be wondering where I've been for the last 2 years and what have I been doing. And to some it's very obvious, to some it's not. So I think it's time I show off what I've been doing. Poor wall. I gotta take advantage of this $50 hoodie. Make the most out of it, or else what it was even the point? You know what? Move the chair out of the way. Ta-da! Look at that. CBC, baby. Go Hawks. Now, why am I wearing this after I'm done? Because it's nice, it's comfy, I actually really like the material. So it's nice. Oh my goodness, my hair is messed up. My hair is messed up. Oh yeah, I gotta make the most out of this hoodie. Like I said, it was $50. So make the most of it. Now, I went to Columbia Basin College, which is a 2-year university that is actually, I think, the only real community college around here. So people from all over the cities come around here to enroll. Now, I spent the last 2 years doing full-time college classes. However, I was not only doing these full-time classes, but I was also doing music classes at my local high school. So that was definitely interesting for a while, just doing that and ping-ponging between the two. And even then, I still managed to get out with my degree. So it works. And that's really the whole point of going to a 2-year college during their running start time, because it allows you to get the credits that you need to graduate as well, if you put in enough full-time credits to get a transfer degree. I believe here it's called a AA transfer degree, Associates in Arts and Science. And with that, it essentially cuts down your 4-year bachelor's in half. Since here in the States, we need a general requirements, which is just like a liberal arts degrees. Like, you need to get a history class, you need to take English, you gotta take some sort of quantitative reasoning, you gotta take mathematical science, you gotta take social and behavioral science, and then you gotta take some more other social studies sciences. So I spent some of my time doing world civilizations or the history of jazz. I actually really liked that class. That was a real nice class. But you get what I mean. It's a lot of classes that aren't major specific, but because they weren't major specific, I was able to do this 2-year general requirements and get that all the way while I figured out what I actually wanted to do with my degree. So now, when I actually go to college, where I've already said I was going to go in a previous video, you should go check it out, and pursue what I want to do, which I'm not going to tell you yet because I need to milk that for another video. Now, with all these upsides of going to a local community college, you might wonder, what are the actual requirements to go to not a university, oh my goodness, not a university. I think, no, because you can go to Central Washington or Eastern Washington, but for most community colleges, there's a requirement. And these requirements are very loose. What I'm going to give you right now is a personal anecdote, and hold on. There we go. Get that in the frame. What I'm essentially doing is I'm giving an anecdote of what I needed to do in order to be a part of the Running Start process to at least my local community college. Because I know of a different college, I believe it's considered, that is around here as well. But they go by different standards. So for me at least, it was I had to take a placement test where I had to score, I had to be at a college level already at 2 out of 3 of the subjects that they gave me. Those 3 subjects were math, writing, and reading. I'm not going to tell you which of the 2 I made because, yeah, I'm not getting assessed like that. And for me at least, it was we worked with our counselors and we had to figure out what classes we needed to take when. So that way, when our credits from my goodness, it's not a university. So that way, when the credits from our community college transferred over to our high school, we got those credits in time so we could actually graduate. And because of this, you usually have to work closely with your counselor, just trying to figure out which classes mean which, especially since every school district is different, and they have an equivalency guide where this class at the community college will mean this thing for this elective, but this class may not fit into that elective. So you got to make sure those classes kind of mash together. Like if you need science credits, maybe geography will be a science credit, maybe it won't. You got to talk to your school district and see what they say. And you also got to make sure that you're staying on track. So I believe some schools require minimum GPAs and all that, but also just making sure you're not failing at classes. Since you are a college student now, every class you take is going to be stuck on your record, and even if you fail classes, they're going to stay on your record, and they're going to weigh you down. So typically it's the counselor's responsibility to make sure that, hey, I'm passing classes. You don't want to make sure you're failing classes. So if you're not doing good in your classes, they're going to pull you out, and they're not going to let you do the program. Typically because in high school, you typically have more wiggle room to do your classes and graduate with at least your diploma. But college is a bit different. Now, a little bit of a personal anecdote for me again. I really enjoyed my time at Columbia Basin College. I liked how the whole buildings were. I enjoyed going through. I believe I gave a tour already on how I felt about that. And I really enjoyed it, going around the campus. It felt like a very vibrant community. And typically the people there were like how do I describe them? The student leaders, I guess. I can't remember what they're called on the top of my head. But they would typically try to get things planned around the campus, and it would go around the times where most people would be on campus, and it'd be pretty interesting. Like there was these giant softball things, I can't remember, but they like stick to the walls with Velcro. So that was pretty fun. And you meet a lot of different kind of clubs there. It's very interesting. They got a gaming club now. They got a gaming room. I haven't gone there, although I have. Actually, no, that's a lie. I didn't play any games though. I couldn't. But it's a really enjoyable experience. I would highly recommend the Running Start program to anyone who can, just because it allows you to get out of the, let's say, restrictive scheduling of a typical school district, where you typically have 6 classes in a day, with 1 hour, and then you have a lunch, and then you have like 5 minutes to go from one end of the school to the next. But with college, you actually have a lot more freedom. And because I did full time for me was typically 3 5-credit college classes, which allowed me to do 1 hour each every day. So I would only spend 3 hours on the campus, and then I spend the rest of my time. I either go home and I get the things done, or I can spend more time doing things that I enjoy. One might think, hey, you have this extra time, I'm going to spend it doing productive things, I'm going to do some more, I'm going to go to work more, or, I can make a better video, I can make more videos, that would be something if I can make use of my time. Wrong. You're not going to make use of your time. You're not, okay? You're not going to be able to use the time you got. You know why? Because you're going to look at your classes, and if you think you're going to make time, you're going to fail your classes. So you're going to spend time sitting in a chair, okay, doing your homework, staring at it while your teacher gives you an automatic 0 the second you don't turn it in on time. I'm working through some things right now. I went through so many accounting classes. I'm good though. I'm good. I'm done with it, and I am free. I am free now. But yeah, mental breakdowns aside, there's obviously a lot of pros with going to doing the Running Start program. You have a lot more freedom, and you have a lot more time on your hands. But there's also a bit of cons to it. One of the cons is you are now directly responsible for your schedule. That sounds like a good thing, but if you don't focus and actually do what you need to do, you're going to fail your classes. And that's not going to be good, because you don't see your professors on a daily basis. You typically don't have class on a Friday, so it's just 3-day weekend every day, every week. No, every week it's every week. So that's fun until you forget that you have homework due on Thursday, and then you got to turn it in by then, or else automatic 0. And another thing is that now all of a sudden, if you have high school friends, well, you're going to want to really stay in touch with them if you want to be able to still have friends around there. Unless you're the social butterfly that can just make friends with every person they walk past in the room. Good on you. But for those of us that need to socialize in order to hang out with people, it's going to be a bit difficult, because you're no longer going to be going to the high school. You're probably going to be sleeping in until 8:30, so you can get ready for your 9-10 class in the morning. Go to that, and then go back home to sleep for another hour, and then go to your another class, and then go home and do an online lecture. But that's that, and that's kind of the things you got to choose. And there's also the aspect of making sure you pay the associated fees that come with it. So that's something that's going to come with it. And then there's also going to be having to be managing your own time. And a personal story, not for me this time, but from a friend. See, I said earlier in this video that there was another institution that does this whole Running Start program, and they do it differently from this one right here, since they are a subsidiary of the Washington State University.
Now, I said it before that it was going to be 4 colleges. Now, I'm only going to be looking at 3 though, because Washington State University, they got back to me. They said, hey, we want you, but they didn't send me nothing. They sent me nothing in the mail. They sent me nothing. They didn't even send me my acceptance letter.
Go Cougars. I think that's their mascot. Give me a second. They're Wildcats. I think they're Cougars. They should be Cougars. Huh. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure they're cougars. I'm pretty sure they are cougars already. But yeah, like I said before, there's another institution that goes by different standards, but you can still go there, and many people do. It's just that it's in the next town over. So if you are someone who went to the school I did, and you wanted to do the Washington State University institution, you would have to manage your classes, and you'd also have to drive about 20 minutes from the school from there all the way to the campus. And I don't know about you, but that's a lot of gas. I really don't want to spend that amount of gas. Although for those people that are nearby that school, it's a very good option. So kind of pick and choose. But not only that, but because you are considered a student at either of these institutions, you end up going by their schedules. So if your high school ends a week earlier than your college does, then you might be having to figure out how to do your exams on the day you graduate your high school. And sometimes the colleges will end months earlier. Like, I had a friend who went to the Washington State University Institute here, and she had graduated from there. Well, no, she had not graduated, but she had finished her schooling over there, like 2 months ahead of us. So I would go to my band for my first hour, and then I'd come out, and then we'd walk out to the parking lot, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, how's your college classes doing?" She'd be like, "Oh, I'm done with those. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I've been done for a while now. I'm just gonna go to home and sleep." I was like, "Oh, must be nice. I'm still trying to do this here at the high school. I still need to figure out what I'm gonna do for my graduation and my gowns. And hey, I still got assignments to do. So, and then I got finals coming up. It's all that." And she'll just be like, "Oh, that must be fun." Yeah, it was very fun. It was very fun having your high school graduation week being the same week as your finals week. That's very fun. But besides that, it's definitely a fun experience, and I would recommend it to all that try. And is that my closing remarks? I think that's my closing remarks. Alrighty then. Well, if you enjoyed, stick around. I might upload again, maybe. It is the summer now. I am finally free from the chains of academia for the next 3 months. And maybe I'll make more content. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get bored and I'll take a nap one of these days. Maybe I'll find inspiration to turn on the camera and do something again. Maybe I'll actually walk outside next time, do something similar to what I did with the CBC tour video, That would be nice. But anyways, this is the end of this.